Hello, this is Olga Frankow here, and I am a work-life balance and stress management coach. So today I wanted to talk to you about stress. If I were to ask you, what causes you most stress? You might tell me this is a workload, this is something that my manager told me, or maybe it's even your house chores and your relationship in the family and your kids perhaps, and so on. So we often think that those situations which are created in our life, those are the ones which create the stressful feeling in us, and that stressful feeling which we so really want to get rid of. But if we dig a little bit deeper, and I ask you, what would you do in those situations? What are you expecting of yourself in those situations? You might tell me, okay, I want to perform this and that way at work. I want to be productive, I want to be efficient, and I want to show my best level at work. Then if I were to ask you about your family life, about your house chores, about your relationship with your family members and with your children perhaps, how would you react? You would think, okay, I'm supposed to be the best husband or wife, I'm supposed to be the best parent. So I have that benchmark in my head, and I am supposed to hold myself accountable to perform at that level. Isn't that right? So if you think about it, it's not really that situation, the workload, the manager, the family, that cause you the stressful feeling. But those are the thoughts which you have about that particular situation. Those are the expectations which you have of that situation. So let's say if you have that workload which you are not able to perform in 1 day or in 2 days, but you have that expectation, if I'm given that much work, then I'm supposed to complete it by tomorrow, for example. So you have that benchmark and you're comparing yourself against it all the time. And when you do that, that is when you have this experience of stress, because you think, okay, I'm here, but I'm supposed to be here. What is happening in the gap? So you trying always to bridge that gap. Is that what creates that stressful feeling? The same applies to family situations, to kids, and so on. So if you're expecting your kids, for example, to behave in a particular way because you think you raised them that way and they're supposed to listen to you, but they don't, or they have their own life, or they rebel against some kind of behaviors, that is creating the stress because you have the expectation and they are not performing to that expectation. The same with family, with your relationship with your partner, and so on. So to be able to let go of this, you would need to let go of the stress, you need to let go of those expectations. You need to firstly recognize them, understand that that is you yourself who is putting the pressure on yourself, rather than the situation, rather than the manager, rather than wife, husband, or kids. Right? So that's you yourself who is creating that benchmark and who is trying to perform at that level which you perhaps are not yet at, or maybe you never need to be at that level. It is just that idea, that kind of ideal perfect level that you created for yourself, but perfect does not exist, as we know. So try to think and ask yourself about that level, about that expectation that you have of yourself, and question it. And perhaps there are some expectations that you need to let go of. So for more ideas on managing your stress and on work-life balance, follow my channel here on YouTube, and I would be happy to share more of those tips with you. See you soon.